Do I look like a white supremacist?
But there it is. That guy is Larry Elder, the black man who earlier had been called the blackface of white supremacy by another columnist. If that's true, he's been in blackface for almost 70 years.
This is what you got to expect when you are a black conservative. When you're conservative in general in California and you're leading the polls, you're going to get this. But a black conservative, you'll get all this stuff. You'll get, you hate black people, you're racist, you hate your own kind. You get all that self-hater. You don't know history, you hate your parents, you're going to get all that stuff if you're a black conservative. But
you know that the slave owners were compensated? After they lost their quote-unquote property, the government compensated slave owners.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so when people talk about reparations, do they really want to have that conversation? Because, like it or not, slavery was legal. And so their property, their legal property, was taken away from them after the Civil War. So you can make an argument that the people that are owed reparations, and not only just black people, but also the people whose quote property, close quote, was taken away after the end of.
What are you talking about, my guy? What's good, y'all? Today we're going to be talking about what Larry Elders just said out of his mouth. What does this even mean? He's talking about reparations, which of course that's the debate nowadays. Should black people get reparations? And everybody want to say, nah, black people shouldn't get reparations. Nah, forget about reparations. But how many times do I hear about this stupid argument that the slave owners were actually owed reparations because it was legal? What he just said. First of all, they got their reparations. What he just said, I'm not surprised that Candace Owens didn't know that slave owners got reparations. She probably does know. She was probably just acting stupid anyways, because that's what they do. But yeah, they got their reparations so they could shut up and sit down. You know what I mean? But aside from that, they should have never gotten reparations in the first place. He's talking about an argument to be made because whether you like it or not, it was legal. That's the problem. That's why black people should get reparations to begin with, because it was legal. It was wrong to be legal. Black people were never property. The American government made a mistake. The American government were just idiots, classifying black people as plants, classifying black people as property, classifying black people as 3/5 of people. Like, that's the issue. That's the reason why they owe black people reparations, because these false classifications, these false ways of identifying black people led to not just slavery, but other ways that has hugely impacted the black community in America. I'm talking about prisons, injustice in schools, injustice in all of these categories, because the American government made a mistake. Not accidentally mistake, don't get me wrong, they did it on purpose, but it was wrong. They were wrong for classifying black people as property, so black people should get reparations. Now, if you're saying that taking the property away from the white people deserves reparations, that means that was wrong. That means that the government did a wrong against the slave owners that they shouldn't have done. When they took away the slaves, they wronged the slave owners. Absolutely the reason why they're calling him the blackface of white supremacy, which, you know, all of these conservatives and everybody who supports Larry Elder is talking about he's a black man. How could a black man be a white supremacist? How could, you know, Candace Owens been called a white supremacist. Brandon Tatum's been called a white supremacist, and it's always the same. Just because I speak this intelligent stuff, they want to call me a white supremacist. No, it's because when it comes to black issues, you all are so quick to defend the white guy, so quick to defend not just the white man, But the racist white man, the slave owners, a slave owner is a white man. A slave owner is a white supremacist. You cannot own a slave and not believe that white people are superior to black people. And here you have Larry Elders defending these slave owners. And they think that it's cool. They think that it's all right. So let's move that forward to the talk about actual reparations. If there's an argument to be made for them to get reparations, why are you insistent that there is no argument to be made for African Americans to get reparations? And personally, I'm not even, I believe in reparations, sure, but the reparations that America will pass, any American government will pass, isn't going to be what the black community needs. Is not going to help the black community like, reparations should, because the figure that I'm going with, that black people are owed, is in the trillions. The figure that black people would actually get with any reparations plan, while they're talking about let's just study reparations, we study reparations and it's in the trillions. Y'all gonna settle for millions or whatever, a few hundreds for each black people, and then say, well, y'all got y'all reparations. Now y'all could be quiet. Now you're gonna use this not enough reparations to justify further inequalities that's going to continue. The same way y'all did about the one black president that we had. We have 150 years of racist white presidents who made laws and increased the stigma and intentionally set black people back. You have one black president, and all of a sudden, well, you have black president, now racism is over. Well, now y'all should stop complaining. That's the issue that I'm going to have with reparations, because we're not going to go all in on it, if we go in on it at all. Right now, it's not even seeming likely that we're going to even get reparations. But if we do, and we don't go in all in, it's not going to fix the problems. So I'm not even 100%, for reparations, so to speak, because like I said, it's just going to be used to further hurt black people. At the same time, this man is talking about there's no argument. Like, black conservatives and conservatives in general, they act like there's no argument for reparations. It's in the past. No black people have been slaves. Their time for reparations has passed, and we should just forget about it. And at the same time, spew some stupid stuff like this. Slave owners are owed reparations too. If we do end up talking about black people reparations, well, we're also going to have to put into the discussion, no, we're not. That's over with. That's out of there. Man, Larry Elders is a clown. Larry Elders for governor of California, I believe that's what he's running for. Hey, I feel sorry for Texans. I feel sorry for Californians. Now, there is a good chance that Larry Elders will win because he is the front runner. And, California is not doing well right now. They are hugely Democrat, liberal, so Larry Elders has a challenge. But because of the state of California, what it's in right now, that California has a lot of problems right now. They just have wildfires. They have a homeless issue. COVID, I think they're number 2 or number 3 in the COVID crisis. It's not looking good for the current governor. It's looking good for Larry Elders. But y'all got to do something about his mouth. Y'all got to do something about his view towards white people, because when the story first broke that he was the black face of white supremacy, after he came out and said, "This is ridiculous. I'm not the white face of black supremacy. I'm a black man, proud black man. I fight for black people." He comes out and says some stupid stuff like that. But anyways, that's the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All that fun stuff. And hey, here's the question. Can a black man be a white supremacist? And is Larry Elders one? Let's talk about it.